You're watching the Weiss channel. Today I'm going to show you piecewise functions. For example, f of x equals negative x minus 3 for x is less than negative 1. 2x for negative 1 is less than or equal to x is less than 4. And negative x minus 4 squared minus 4 for x is greater than or equal to 4. Find f of 4. F of 4 is not in here because this is less than negative 1. So forget this altogether. Forget it. F of 4 is not here because this here is less than, not less than or equal to 4. So forget this portion. It is here because it's greater than or equal to 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to put 4 in for x here. So I'm going to do f of 4 means I'm going to put 4 minus 4, which is 0, squared is 0. The negative of that is 0. Minus 4 is negative 4. That's it. That's evaluating. F of x equals 3x minus 5 for x is less than 1. 1 for x equals 1. Negative 2 for 1 is less than x is less than or equal to 5. Find f of negative 1. That's going to be here where x is less than 1. So it's going to be 3x minus 5. So I'm going to put negative 1 in for x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Minus 5 is negative 8. Done. Over here on a graph, find f of 1. F of 1, all right, is not 3 because there's an open circle there, but it is 5. F of 1 is 5. That's it. Done. Find f of negative 3. F of negative 3 would be here, negative 3. By the way, what is f of 2? Look, there's no graph at f of 2. Here's 2. There's no graph here. So your answer would be undefined. Undefined. Okay? Graph. F of x equals negative 2x minus 4 for negative 4 is less than or equal to x is less than negative 1. 2 for negative 1 is less than x is less than 4. Okay. So here's between negative 4 and negative 1. So negative 2x minus 4, right? The graph would start here, negative 4. And you'd go down 2 over 1, right? From negative 4, you go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Or you go up 2, back 1, up 2, back 1, up 2, back 1, right? So since this graph is only between negative 4 and negative 1, and it's not equal at negative 1, we have an open circle at negative 1 and a solid dot at negative 4, just like that. So your graph of negative 2x minus 4 is just between negative 4 and negative 1. F of x equals 2 for negative 1 less than x less than 4. Since it's not equal at either point, there's an open circle here and an open circle here. On your delta math, you'd have to actually click and drag the line and it'll make a dot. You click the dot again and it makes an open circle. Okay? So here is f of x equals 2 from negative 1 to positive 4. And there's your graph. F of x equals negative 2x minus 7 for x is less than negative 5. 3x plus 12 for x is greater than negative 2. So here you go, less than negative 5. This is what your graph looks like. Obviously, you start from negative 7, right? And you go up 2, back 1, up 2, back 1, up 2, back 1. You eventually get right here. And you're going to have an open circle because less than -5 means not equal to -5. You can go all the way with an arrow at the end. Okay. 3x plus 12 for x is greater than 2 is going to look like this, right? In this case, down 3, back 1, down 3, back 1, right? And this is what that graph looks like. On January 1st, 2009, the price was $127. That price was the same for 4 years, beginning January 1st, 2013, and for every 3 years thereafter, the price decreased by $11. So in 2009, the price is $127. So you put a dot there, and it goes for 4 years, up to 2013. But then in 2013, the price drops $11 to $116. And then in 2016, it drops $11 to $105. And then in 2019, it drops $11 to $94. And then in 2022, it drops $11 to $83. And that is what your graph looks like. That is called a step function because it looks like steps. You've been watching the Weiss channel.